What's up, ladies and gentlemen? We are back for part 2 with Zack Ramos. We had another bit of a technical difficulty as I twirl a drumstick, but we but we are back. We are in the groove. We are going to be finishing up this conversation with the lovely Zack Ramos. We're going to be talking about metal some more. We're going to be talking about the state of classic metal, hair metal, modern metal, deathcore, death metal, all that good shit. And
Porno grind.
Porno grind. Fuck yeah.
Probably not.
What's your favorite Slaughterbox record? But anyway, and then after that, we are going to be discussing more of his photography career, what he has up to date, what he has booked, if he can divulge that, unless he's like photographing Jesus or something. But we're going to be having that kind of conversation with him, seeing what he's up to next. And yeah, wrapping it up. This has been a wonderful conversation. I appreciate everybody who's come out and joined and has watched this. This is absolutely driven by people like you who are just fans of metal, who wants to come out and enjoy a great fucking casual metal conversation with great influential people in our fandom today, in our business today. as Bailey now just blocks up the screen. But yeah. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and add Zack on. We're going to finish this conversation about badass fucking metal and photography and penis. And we'll get him.
You talk about anything.
We're having fucking fun, ladies and gentlemen. This is what it's all about.
If you thought this was going to be like fucking like
Professional
Joe
bullshit.
Biden playing guitar, you can go fuck yourself.
This is what it's all about. This is about having fun. This is about a casual conversation. Zack, how you doing, brother?
And you might hear the word penis a couple of times, right, Zach?
What's that?
Nothing. How you doing, Zach?
Oh, Bailey. I love you, man.
I love you too, bro. I haven't got to meet you yet. I'm pretty sad.
Hey, you know what? The coolest motherfuckers I've ever met, I've never met. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. For sure.
I'm telling you, you need to.
This dude probably has like the biggest dick in the world. I don't even know it.
I mean, sure. I'm telling you point blank. I'm telling you point blank, man. Anytime you're over in our neck of the woods, or if Dilation is in your neck of the woods, I am their number one groupie.
Because guess what? He's actually going to be doing photography for us.
Yes, sir.
Fuck yes.
I play drums,
Keep
and they
that
were
shit
like,
going.
"Oh, let's get you in somehow." And I was like, "I don't play any other instruments worth a shit." So since he had it covered, and he's one of the best fucking metal drummers I've ever heard in my life, it was like,
Bro, this
He's just blowing
motherfucker
smoke,
here.
bro.
I'm
He's
not.
blowing, no, listen.
No, fuck that.
Now listen, no, seriously, seriously.
Fuck that.
When we used to jam in his basement, bro, I sucked so much dick at play. It was awful. It was fucking awful. And then I don't know what happened, man. One day I woke up and I decided to not be a bitch. And
Hey, love and determination, that's what happened. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Determination to get better. And when I first heard this motherfucker play drums, I was like, God damn, this guy is so fucking, you're so technical, man. Like, so technical, so clean, so tight. And, oh, bro, I fell in love with it the moment I
you're
heard
gonna
it.
make me moist. You're gonna make me so moist.
So moist. No, that was what happened, dude. Is like I was homies with this guy forever, and like you know when you get out of fucking school, like your best friend, like shit, you adult and shit happens. I hooked back up with this fucking guy, and he's like, "Hey man, like let me," because we used to jam in my parents' basement, like when I was in high school, like all the fucking time. And he was like, "Man," he was like, let me show you what I'm into now." And I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely." And it was just, and I'm like, "All right, what the fuck's going on here?" But no, for real though, dude, if you can. You know, if you can make it out here somehow, or if Dilation comes out there, we're all gonna sit around, fucking talk about metal and have a fucking beer, dude.
Well, so that's the thing. Like with Zach, Zach, I honestly, dude, I consider you a friend of mine, and I have no idea how I met you. But I will say this: like, Zach is helping us go to Texas, and so I'm wanting him. No offense to you, but you're going. I want him to take the pictures because
for sure.
Fucking Zach, man.
I'll be in the pit while this genius is taking pictures, man, for sure.
You can just trade off. I don't give a fuck.
Hell yeah.
He could join me, man.
Okay.
Bring your shit. You can join me, man. We can knock it out together, man. Like, for
We'll
sure.
tag him out, dude, like a fucking tag team.
Oh, bro, like, we've talked about it already, you know? Like, we're going up there or are coming down here one way or another, man. Like,
I did want to ask you this, man.
Happen.
If you did get to do the, what was it again? Rock fucking shit in Florida.
Yeah.
If
If you get to do this big festival,
Yeah, if
yes.
you get to do the festival in Florida, man, like, let me know if you officially get on it or not, and I will book a show the day before a day or two before you're supposed to be in Florida. You can come up here and chill with us. You don't have to take pictures. Just come up and fucking
Just vibe out.
drink
Yeah.
beer and listen
Oh,
to us
bro.
play, man. I know it's out of the way. You're going to be driving from Texas to Florida, but you can drive from Texas to Tennessee, then to Florida, and you just walk and
We'll
drunk
figure it
and have a
out.
good time.
We'll figure it out.
Bro, I promise you, one of these days.
Did I just go deaf, or are we thinking the same thing? Zach,
There we go, buddy.
I'm
Okay,
very
we're good.
thankful that I've met these people, man. Like, I've met you guys. I've met so many awesome fucking people through music, man, through metal, and I have so many people who are like, hey, man, come up here, you know, and I really want to, man. But you know, Tennessee is one place I really want to go, man, because me and this guy right here, man, we've stayed close, and you know, we support each other a lot, man. And
I wasn't gonna say it because I love Zach, but Xylation did a giveaway one time, and I was like, hey man, I sent him a message. I was like, I really want you to win this giveaway. So I gave him all the answers. I gave him all the answers, and he went and commented. He's like, I said, oh fuck me, Zach won.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Zach
Here's
won.
That's why I said we sent him a shirt, and I feel bad because I never did send his wife a shirt.
That'll be what we do when we get together, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna give your wife a shirt. Man,
hey, she'll appreciate whatever, man. Honestly, it's I appreciated that very much, man. Like, I did laugh, you know. I got those answers, and I was like, "Fuck yeah!" I typed it in with all that confidence, man, and I was like, "I got me a shirt. I got us a shirt." You know what I mean? I got us a shirt, man, and that's it was fun, man.
Speaking of wives, my wife just joined in here. Oh, girl.
Oh man, I'm looking at all of them right now. Like, yeah, my wife's in there.
Can you see the chat?
Yeah, I can see it.
We had an individual earlier. I want to get on a conversation about your photography career and what it entails in the future. But we did have somebody earlier who I failed to address. Hi, Tia.
Hey, girl. I love you.
Who I failed.
Let me ask you a question, Zach. If you ever had the chance, would you do porn? Because me and Gunnar here. I'm just joking. I'm just saying it because Tia's in here.
Fuck yeah. Let's roll it.
But I actually genuinely forgot what I was gonna say.
Sorry.
But you're good. But I
know the girl that said that she loved his photography.
Yes, there was an individual in here whose name I'm sorry I did not take note of.
Jen.
You did. Jen does photography, I think is what it was. Was very interested and very fond of your photography. So we did have somebody on part 1, which you can check out on the Metal Everything page, who was really appreciative of your
I was going to say something, but I didn't want to interrupt.
Right. And
now we're on part 2.
Now we're on part 2, so
I feel like we've skipped foreplay. We're just fucking now. So I'm going to start
interrupting. Right. So I do want to kind of bring up, brother, you're going to be doing a badass
no, fuck show. That shit. Give me a good hair flip. Fucking give it
Flip the hair.
Give it to me. Let me see this shit. You sexy son of a bitch. Let me see you flip your hair, Zach.
Yeah.
There it is.
Woo! Ric Flair in here. Woo! Woo! All right. So I do want to ask. You're going to be doing. Goddamn. This is not.
You got them laughing over there in the back room. I can hear the fucking laughing over there.
That's how we do it, man. Metal Everything's casual.
Let me tell you something. That shit ain't funny. It's making sexy.
This is serious shit. All right.
Shit ain't funny.
You hear that over
there. No, brother, but I do want to ask you. Be doing fucking Rockville, hopefully Daytona. With bands like fucking, like you said, Guns N' Roses and Kiss, and I'm a big Ice Nine Kills fan, so I got to throw their name in there.
Stop.
Sure.
I love them. So anyway, I do want to, ask, other than hopefully that. What other badass, let's say, we'll do metal first to get that out of the, get that going. But what other than metal first and then otherwise, gigs do you have coming up? What can you promote here? Kind of do a plug on the show.
Dilation.
Oh man, I would love to shoot for you guys, man. Like honestly, I honestly dig the fucking the venue that you last played at. Why do I want to say the Hideout or I don't know why I want to say the Hideout. Maybe it's just stuck in my head. But the last venue you guys played at, Bailey, that place was fucking nice. The way
Hideaway,
You
baby.
talking about which one? We talking about the venue up here?
Yes, the last one you played at. It's
Oh,
it's
Hideaway. Yeah.
Hideaway. So I was right, yeah.
Dude,
Hideaway, or maybe I said hideout. I don't know. Hideaway, the Hideaway,
thank
man.
you.
That venue was nice, man. I like the way it was cut out. And
Dude,
everything.
like, believe it or not, the Hideaway is honestly, it's such an intimate venue.
It is.
Because, like,
And those are the best kinds, you know.
Exactly.
You walk in the door and you walk in the door and you just do this. The stage is right here.
There's fucking skate decks on the wall. There's a close bar. It's incredible. So,
Dude, like the show we played last time, dude set himself on fire.
I'm not kidding. So, quick story, and I swear to God, we'll get on about your.
I'm sorry.
you're
I'm
fine,
sorry.
man.
We got to talk about it. So, me and a dear friend of mine, Jacob Lewis.
Hang on, let me say something before
Go
you
ahead.
get into this. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Well, I'm just gonna say something that pisses me off about metal shows.
Go ahead.
Fucking the first band went on, it was great. Fucking Within the Midst did a great job, but it was kind of like moderate mosh, 2 or 3 guys. Then the second band went on, Whiskey Dick. Now they are literally, I know it sounds stupid, Whiskey Dick, but the guys are fucking
Incredible.
awesome. Fucking phenomenal musicians. It's 2 guys on acoustic guitars, and I swear to God, it's acoustic Pantera, dude. It's
It
fucking
is. It really is heavy
amazing.
as shit.
If fucking Tenacious D grabbed acoustic guitars and rode a goddamn horse, you're listening to that. But listen, nobody did nothing for those guys, and it aggravated me because, like, granted, I'm still one. I didn't do anything. I sat there, I drank my beer, and I was doing this.
Hey,
I interacted with them, but I didn't like it just wasn't mosh music. It's that drinking music.
right.
When we hit the stage, man, it's like all hell broke loose.
So, to prove his point, so me and one of our both dear friends since high school were.
Sorry, one more thing. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
But
you're good.
the point of that being is I fucking hate how people just like at the local scene.
Enjoy your music at the local scene. Show some
just,
love.
yes, man. Don't fucking stand there and be a knot on the log and drink your beer. You could do that at home and watch fucking like Pantera or fucking death metal on YouTube.
Right.
We're here. We're having a good time. Fucking pull your cock out. Let me see it. Jump in a circle. I don't give a
Jump in
fuck.
a circle with your cock out.
But
But no,
just like have fun, man. But like
Look
to
alive.
me,
Look alive. You know?
look alive. Thank you.
to me, it was just extremely disrespectful of the first 2 bands.
But to prove how fucking rad these guys were, so me and our dear friend there's like a back bar, like a little bar. The bar is almost in like a cage almost, where it's like there's like this bar that goes around the bar. It's really weird. So we're leaning against that, and we're shooting the shit, enjoying ourselves. And there's a dude the whole night. There's always, and I'm sure you've seen this in your ventures, there's always one guy in the crowd, whether it's in the pit or wherever, who's like way too into it in the most metal way possible, like in the most badass way possible. First band, the dude's fucking in there, giving his all. Second band, he's in there still kind of vibing out. And then when Dilation goes on, the dude's like running and like springboarding off the walls and shit. Like the dude's fucking into it. Right. And
I mean, like everybody was like
everybody
that was at the back of the show, and I'm not trying to sound like an arrogant asshole, but it's really what happened. Everybody that sat in the back of the fucking venue the whole night, the moment that the first note hit, everybody shot to the front.
So this dude's up front rocking shit, and that's not uncommon. Like, I'm sure all of you watching, and you as well, Zach, a pit is not uncommon at a metal show. That's like the most common thing, like breathing. But the thing that's not common, and I'll tell you from personal fucking experience, good sir, is this dude, he's getting in there and he's super into the show. Fuck yeah, let's get, fuck what your life is doing. If you have a rough day, whatever, let's fucking rock it. And this dude, yes, and his fiance was, poor thing, was like cornered in the pit. But this dude jumps in front of me and Jacob like this and sets his hand on fire. And then drops and does like the fucking Smokey the Bear, like stop, drop, and roll. And then jumps up and is totally fine. And me and him just kind of stop, look at each other, and just absorb what the fuck we saw. So then I like sneak up to the front to his fiance, and I'm like, that dude just set himself on fire. This is the coolest shit I've ever seen.
Which I like the whole time I'm playing, like I'm giving it hell, man.
He's fucking
Sometimes
going
my
at it,
eyes are
yeah.
closed. And I'm just fucking, I'm going at it. I didn't see any of it happen. I looked up a couple of times and I saw people being carried around the room, fucking like jumping off the stage and fucking giving it hell. But I'd missed this guy setting himself on fire, and it pissed me off.
I then, once the band had concluded, the show had concluded, go up to the vocalist Shane and said, "Hey, you know," it shook his hand. "Oh, yeah, brother, yeah." I'm like, "Did you know this guy set his fucking hand on fire?" And he was like, "No, I didn't." And I brought it up to Jay, the guitar player, brought it up to him. Nobody else noticed, but me and our dear friend noticed it, and it was crazy. I do want to ask, before we get back into your photography career, what is, in your personal experience, as you've seen bands like Megadeth and Lamb of God and all these crazy bands, what is the most absurd shit you've ever seen in a pit? Like, other than just the general crowd surfing and shit.
Oh man, I would have to say, you know, a local band that came, you know, they're out of Austin, man. They're Fire from the Gods. Very great, energetic band. You know, they're one of the craziest local pits, man. Like, I love Fire from the Gods. Very, very unique.
Yes, sir.
They have that new metal vibe going. You know, that I love them guys for sure. But going into Metal Tour of the Year, I heard lots of great things about, you know, Lamb of God pits. Some of the craziest pits I've ever seen. And that's all I've ever heard. You know, I've only been able to watch videos and read comments, and Lamb of God was one of the craziest pits from what I've heard. So I was like, okay, you know, went to Metal Tour of the Year, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna shoot these first 3 songs, and you know, I'm gonna look behind me and I'm gonna see what it's really all about, man. And honestly, it lived up to the hype for sure. Lamb of God was intense. It was crazy. People were going crazy. I mean, there was one guy, man, like, you know, you kind of feel bad for him because, you know, he's having a good time and he's been drinking, but oh man, he was fucking with a guy who who really wasn't in the mood, like on his level, you know. And you know, he's wanting to you know, he's wanting to mosh, he's wanting to go crazy, and it got to the point where it was just like, okay, one bump led to another bump, and then it was like, I'm gonna grab you and I'm gonna throw you. And he just had enough of him, grabbed him by the neck and slung him around, man. And he plowed right in front of me. And I was just like, holy shit, dude. Like, it was a crazy experience, man. But, you know, Lamb of God pit, you know, and Randy's he's a good host. You know, Randy's a good, he's like, let me hear you guys get crazy. Let me see it, you know. He's always been you can go back to his early years, man. He's always been really great at promoting the show and getting everybody in you know, in the moment. So looking back, man, just taking the photos and looking back behind the gate, man. Yeah, it was probably the most insane pit I've seen thus far. I mean, people hitting each other, people just throwing each other. It was just reaction, you know, of having a good time and feeding off the energy of the front man, the person who's in charge, you know, the person who's telling you, let me see this, let me hear this, let me see you do this, like, you know, set this motherfucker on fire, you know. So Lamb of God, obviously, yes, for sure, craziest pit I've ever seen thus far. You know, you go into Megadeth, who obviously is a lot older, a lot more experienced, a lot more veteran. You know, they had a fan base who was more, you know, down to earth, and it was a perfect way to close out the show. Honestly, you know, you got Megadeth, you have so much hype, you know, and then to kind of level it out in the night, you know, Megadeth was just the cherry on top. But man, Trivium was another. It was like Trivium started out, Hatebreed started out, you got the crowd a little hyped up. Trivium a little bit more mellow. Lamb of God, fucking brutal. And then you got Megadeth, who was just, let's put these motherfuckers to sleep, you know. Let's make them tired, and let's put on a really good mellow show. But so far, man, Lamb of God. And, you know, as many things I can say about Phil and the Illegals, you know, playing Pantera tunes, it was awesome. I can't deny that, but it's not the same as having, you know, Don, Vinny, Rex up there with them. If that was the case, then that place would have blew up, and that probably would have been the most crazy story that I could have so far.
So let me ask you, one question and make one statement, and then we'll go to your photography. I promise. I'm so sorry.
No, dude, don't apologize to me, man. You're good.
So question: do you think that if Randy would have stayed Randy back in Ashes of the Wake, Sacrament, that Randy would either be dead or Lamb of God would have kicked his ass up out of there?
Oh man, I think he honestly would have lost his life.
I do too. I do too. I also think that the situation in Prague really helped them a lot too.
Yes. I feel the same. I mean, I always think about that story, man. You know, I think about Randy and I think about Phil, you know, and I think
about the dick you have to get arrested in a fucking country for murder, be sent back home, and go back to face trial. Think about the dick and balls you have to fucking have to do that.
How does he fit in the door, you know?
what a scary moment, man. And
For sure.
And I've had some conversations with people, you know, who still label him a murderer and still label him this and that, you know. But according to law,
the thing about it was the kid that died wasn't even the guy that he pushed off the stage.
No. And I had a conversation with somebody about this too. You know, if you watch the video, you watch the documentary, you watch the trial. You know, a lot of people don't. You know, they automatically jump to the assumption, no, he's a murderer. He pushed somebody off stage. Well, if you look at the video, that momentum, man, it was a little different. You know, that momentum didn't really come from Randy, but, you know, it got pinned on him, and he went to court and did it the legal way, and he was found not guilty according to law. So, but, you know, that comes into play with, you know, fans just jumping on stage in general. You know, it's an exciting moment. I get it, you know, but, you know, everybody thinks a dime. Everybody thinks about, holy shit, is this that moment? You know what I mean? Could this be me? Could I be the next Dimebag Daryl? Like, you just never fucking know, man. And you really can't trust people. You know, you can't trust people at a show or, you know, jump on stage. That's like a big no. You know, it's a big no, man. And, I mean, at the same time, you're at a metal show. Anything is possible. You know what I mean?
I mean, me personally, I encourage it. I mean, if you want to jump up on stage and like wave at me and turn around and run and jump away, I encourage it.
I've seen me and a couple of friends. Last little anecdote, and then we will kind of wind down here with a couple of questions. But I had seen a band with a couple of my friends. We had seen. I'm going to get shit for this in the comments, so I'll go ahead and prepare for it. Attila and Cane Hill and Bad Omens. And during Attila...
I saw Bad Omens.
Bad Omens are good, man. Cane Hill's great, too. Attila is...
fucking shit.
Attila. But anyway, so we saw Attila, and I actually, off camera here, have a framed picture of it. But I don't put it in the pic. Don't put it in.
Oh, shit. No,
don't put it in. Anyway,
I can't.
So
that was
people telling me not to. We're seeing the show. And one of my friends said, you know, it'd be cool. I'd love, as the security guard who we were friends with that set us up with Phil Bozeman, check part 1 of this interview to get that story. But was like, you know, I would love to, like, stage dive. And we're like, yeah, no problem. Cool. You know, we'll make it happen. And the dude, Jacob, gets up on stage to do the stage dive and doesn't immediately stage dive. So it's kind of awkward. So he runs up on stage and it kind of stands there.
You have to know who Jacob is. He's like this big burly ginger fuck, and he's like.
So he stands up on stage and kind of stands there. And you got to understand. I see what you're meaning. Like, if you're like, I think Franz was in on it, the vocalist, but like no one else was in on it. So you're fucking rocking out, and you look over and there's some like 6'7" tall fuck standing on the stage. Who is this? So he runs.
I can see Jacob. He's probably standing up there really awkward.
The dude we knew was just kind of standing up there, just kind of like, yeah. And he runs at full speed and dives off. This is at the International in Knoxville, which has since been closed down. But he runs and dives off and drills his fucking shin on the guardrail. And so we lose track of him. At the end of the show, we get back together and we're like, man, that was fucking sick. What happened? And he's wearing normal, like Wrangler blue jeans. and you just see a fucking pit of red on his knee. And he goes, man, let me show you what happened. And he pulls his fucking pants up, and you would have thought somebody shot his ass. Like, his knee was just a Mr. Potato Head of what the fuck. And to prove your point, you don't know when you get on stage whether you're somebody who's, as someone who's on stage, I'm not gonna fuck with these people. I just want to go have fun, do a dive, cool. But the band may not know. There's so much shit, so much uncertainty now in the world. It's hard to tell. But to kind of circle it back to your photography, I do want to ask, man. We kind of touched on it in part 1. We're gonna kind of wrap it up here on part 2.
Yeah.
Other than Welcome to Rockville, which if you get to take, I'm gonna say it for the 15th time in this fucking interview, any pictures of Ice Nine Kills or anything, I want to know, because I love that band. But
man.
if you beyond that, that's a tremendous experience. Let's not undersell that. Like you said in part 1, Kiss and Guns N' Roses headline, 2 of the nights. That's a big fucking deal.
Korn does too, bro.
Korn, so this is a really big deal. So I do want to bring up, beyond that, what else, maybe everything's so uncertain nowadays thanks to the fucking Rona. So beyond that, what else do you expect to happen? What else do you want to happen? What theoretically, should everything go to plan, what should 2022 look like for Zack?
Oh man, hitting up big time shows, big time festivals, and ultimately just going on tour, man. I want to be that hired photographer, man. Take me on tour, whether if it's 2 or 3 months at a time, whatever bands want to shoot up a DM, reach out, want to go on tour, man. Let's travel. Let's hit up these fucking countries. Let's hit up these different states. Let's rock that shit. And I'm going to get the best content I can, and just promote. That's really it, man. Just the experience, just to live a life. And man, it's it's a very surreal feeling, and very blessed to be a part of it, man. Like I said, I've been a fan of music since I was, 7, 8 years old, man. Like my first album was Black Sabbath Paranoid album. That was my first album I ever bought with my own money, man. I fucking loved it. King Ozzy, man. Father Ozzy, like legend, God, Prince of Darkness, man. And like I said, from there it went to 80s rock to Metallica and Justice for All, my favorite album personally from them. And from there, Cowboys from Hell, my favorite album from them guys, and so on and so forth, man. It's just been fun, man. And there's just so many talented artists out there, so many bands. There's really not enough time in a day to listen to everybody, every genre. I mean, it's a phenomenal thing. And as much as I can, I when I have some downtime, man, I will tune in and listen to every new band coming up, every old band, every new album, every single, every EP, whatever I can get, my ears on, I will tune in. But, man, if I could shoot every band out there, man, I would, if there was enough time in a day, enough time in a year. But so far, 2022 looking good. In talks with the publicists and promoters for these big festivals, and we'll see what goes from there. But hopefully, go on tour with these bands, shoot every night, every other night if possible, and just travel with these guys, tour buses and stuff like that, man. That's pretty much it. Just but in the meantime, not forgetting either when I come back home, just supporting local, supporting friends, supporting bands that are coming up, just trying to make a name for themselves, man. Because like I said before in part 1, it all started somewhere. None of us could do it by ourselves. And, we've all had people who lended a hand, a helping hand, and been like, hey, I feel something great in you. Let me help. You know what I mean? Whether if it's, like I said, opening up their venue for the weekend, getting some free shots, free photos or whatever, just to help promote. But I mean, it's pretty much it, man. It's all for one thing and one thing only, and it's the love for music. And that's really all I do it for, man. That's really it. Everything else is nice, being in front of the crowd, thousands of people, sold out shows, the perks, everything is great. Everything is fun. Interacting with the famous bands, you know, social media platforms, just getting notoriety out there. It's all good, man. It's all fun. It's great. I mean, it's the fucking dream. It's the life for me. It's what I love to do. I live and breathe it, bleed that shit, you know. But at the end of the day, like I said, it's all for one thing, and that's music.
Fucking preach. He's got a swag about him.
Hell yeah, dude. You have like, and I mean this seriously.
You let him get you pregnant, right?
I mean, I probably would, yeah. I mean, we've talked to,
The Prince of Hospice, he said.
so
The Prince of Hospice. I'm sorry, dude. I was laughing. He said, honestly, that's like the Prince of. Because that's an old motherfucker, but he's still doing this.
It takes a special kind of human being to be that fucking metal at that age. But
that's blood and blow and
hell yeah, dude. As we wind down, I do want to just appreciate. You know, it's so pretty early on in our Metal Everything channel.
Yeah.
You know, we interviewed Eugene from Fleshed Out Apocalypse.
Horoscope TV said, "Yo, Zach."
Yeah, Horoscope TV said, "Yo, Zach." So you got a fucking homie in the chats. But no, for real, it's really cool to get you know together with somebody like you who has done so much in such a short amount of time. That really speaks to what we're trying to do, and that's really badass and influential as well. Final thing I want to end on, you know, this is the Metal Everything channel. We do try to cover everything metal we can.
Are we ending this right now?
You want to?
I don't know. I had more questions.
How much time you got, brother?
Hey, as much time as y'all got, man.
Like, you want to go for another like half hour?
Let's do it. Let's go.
Well, I do.
Hey,
I was kind of.
In the words of Dimebag Daryl, let it fly. Let's go.
Hell yeah, brother! Boot to the cool. But I was gonna try to, I was gonna try to wind down, but fuck it, I'll ask the question anyway.
Ask it.
We'll go around, all three of us, man. I'll start with you. What new metal? You know, you said there's a lot of stuff that you're.
Wait, he's gonna ask us a question?
No, I'm gonna ask him a question, and then you can answer, and then I'll answer.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. Fuck yeah. So
I like this game.
I do want to ask. I'd like to start ending like this, but we're not ending, so fuck it. We'll ask it mid-interview. What new metal record, whether it's an old band that's released a new record, whether it's a new band that's released a new record, what have you been really jamming lately?
Oh man, lately it's been After the Burial. You know, I've been jamming a lot of After the Burial, man. I fucking love
yeah, dude.
From you know, Pinnacle era to After the Static. You know, it's
Dude, After the Static is fucking incredible. It's so good.
It's so good, man. It's such a good tune. It's so catchy. I really love After the Burial, man. They were touring with Black Dahlia Murderer here recently up here, and oh, dude, yeah, like you know, I'd reached out and wanted to photograph them guys, you know, and you know they gave me the opportunity, and you know, as much as Black Dahlia Murderer, man, headlining, you know, phenomenal. I was really hoping, you know, After the Burial stuck in, you know, but, you know, they had to drop out for unknown reasons, and somebody replaced them, you know. So it's just countless, you know, just emails, man. Just emails, reaching out to people, publicists, really. And I've met so many great publicists that are just so awesome and inviting and welcoming. You know, I got so many great hookups with Costa Nostra, Adrenaline, just so many great artists, you know, who actually help promote these bands, who I've, you know, created these friendships with. And they email me like, oh man, 4 to 5 times a day, you know, on new bands that are coming up, new EPs, new album releases, tour dates, stuff like that. So, you know, trying to remember who else I reached out to for Spirit Box, man. Spirit Box is another up and coming band right now who's fucking killing it. You know, Courtney, sexy ass. Like, I fucking love her, man. She's great. She's killing it, man. The whole band's killing it.
What'd you say about her?
Oh, she's fucking sexy, bro. I love.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, dude.
I got a thing for her. Hell yeah. But they're playing up in here in Dallas, Texas in February, and I'm trying. Under Oath is headlining that show. So, you know, we'll see what happens with that one too, man. I know they recently blown up, man. Spirit Box, another great band. upcoming band. Holy Roller, probably my favorite song from them.
That's a decent song.
It's a great song.
Yeah. Now they played at what was it? Blue Ridge, you know, they played up there, and Jose Mangan was up there, you know. He's another big fan of them guys, you know. So they've blown up, man. I've been keeping an eye on their you know, their following and stuff, and you know, they've been hitting the top, you know, #1 charts on, you know, these new albums and new EPs and singles and stuff. So yeah, man, After the Burial for sure. Been listening to them. But honestly, man, like I try to keep up with new stuff, but I'm an old soul at heart, man. Like, you know, off topic, we can go back to Lamb of God. Like, I honestly listen to the older albums than I do the newer album. You know, I'll go back all the way to Ash is my favorite one. You know, we can go to Ash.
More Time to Kill is my favorite song. More Time to Kill.
Sacrament as a record. Fuck yeah.
That's Shay's favorite song, actually. You know, that's her favorite. She loves that one. God damn. Yeah. Hell
yep,
yeah.
That's the part. That's the part. That's it.
Your last breath. Hell yeah, man. Fucking kings, man. But yeah, Ashes, man, I just really love to go with older albums, man. That's just me. I love to keep up with the new stuff, but, you know, occasionally I will go back to the older stuff. And it's just because, man, the originality, you know, I feel originality to it. And I love to just, I'm very nostalgic. I love to go back, man. I love to go back, you know. But at the same time, it's important to keep up with the new stuff too. But right now, After the Burial, man, you know, Fire from the Gods, new up and coming band, Spirit Box. That's basically what my Spotify consists of, man. You know, I got, you know, The Nothing. I love the Korn album, the Nothing album. You know, it's Surrender to Failure. I love new metal, man. I love new metal. I'm a big fan of it. Groove metal, you know, thrash.
I gotta ask, dude, have you listened to the new fucking Limp Bizkit record?
I haven't. Is it good?
Dope. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's Limp Bizkit, so if you can take the fucking memeage that comes with that band and like fucking, I think their first single, I don't remember the fucking name. I'm bad with fucking song names, but it's like Dad Metal or Dad Bod or some shit.
Right.
It's fucking sick. Like, if you know, if you're under the age of
flavored water, I fucking jam the shit.
Dude, right. If you're under the age of like 35 and you don't like Limp Bizkit, there's like something wrong with you, I think. So like, there's such a fucking love for Limp Bizkit for like nostalgia purposes, if nothing else.
I love to make fun of Limp Bizkit.
I like to make fun of Limp Bizkit, yes, but also when I listen to like if break stuff comes on the radio, I'll be like, oh, fuck Limp Bizkit, and then break stuff comes on. I know every fucking word of that song, so that's kind of one of those bands, you know what I mean? So like, everybody sucks. Everybody sucks. Yeah. So, I get you for sure.
Now I'm broke.
Yeah. The new Bizkit album is dope as fuck.
Hell yeah, brother. So like for real. You can talk about packing a chainsaw all you want. I don't know where you fucking fit that, but if you release fucking like, they are extremely heavy to have such a fucking memey vocalist. Because, like, you listen to fucking a lot of new metal shit, dude. It's like, even Korn, I will say this, and then we'll get on to your current picks, but you have a band who is heavy as shit. Disturbed, I kind of lump in there, too, where it's, like, heavy as shit musically. Right. And then you have a vocalist where this Limp Bizkit who's like, yeah, backwards hat, everybody sucks. Or you have fucking, or you have Korn with fucking, you know.
Dude, that shit is cool.
It's fucking dope. Or you have your Disturbed, like, I'm a huge Disturbed fan. But you
he's
I worked back like 15 years ago.
You can't escape. You know, the fucking, there's so many memes online of people that like at fucking
Elvis one.
Like there's so many memes online, people that like fucking karaoke who are like, you know, so like you can't escape that. But
the guy at the gas station.
So I do want to add, you know, I agree, dude. I'm a huge After the Burial fan. My love of those guys started with goddamn, dude, I'm a little drunk. What the fuck is the song, the fucking pinch harmonic song?
Lost in the Static.
Lost in the Static.
No,
Behold the Crown.
There it is. That's the one.
Tremendous band. I definitely agree. I kind of got into those guys late, but I definitely agree. Feel free, if you're watching this live or if you're watching this, afterwards, post-mortem, drop your favorite new band or new record in the comments. But we'll kind of go around the room a little bit, talk about metal. Bailey, what is your current...
Otis James, what's your favorite fucking song ever, bro? Drop it on me. What now?
What is your favorite current album, whether it's like as you currently exist?
Oh, I did it. I don't know, man. I'm kind of all over the board. Well, not really. I'm kind of still like in the same genre of music. Anything like I'm really waiting on Suffocation to drop their new album.
What do you think about Meshuggah? Yeah.
I mean, as far as Bleed, that's
those drum tracks, man. Come on.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, man. Like, for me, Meshuggah, when they made Bleed, that was it. It was over with.
Right.
Best song in the world, but they fucking topped out the Fire in the Head from the Tea Party. Fucking A-right.
I mean, I'm drinking Twisted Tea, so fuck yeah, brother. But anyway, go ahead.
Oh yeah.
I don't know when it comes to my Spotify right now, because I'm just gonna take it as Spotify because I struggle with who Right now, I'm listening to a whole lot of Flesh God Apocalypse.
Amen.
A whole lot of Flesh God Apocalypse. Shout out my boy.
After watching that video, man, I looked them up, man. Italian. I liked it. I dug it, man. For sure.
Eugene's a fucking sweet guy. Absolutely tremendous band. If you're watching this and you haven't, I recommend listening to Flesh God Apocalypse.
I recommend listening just to our interview with Eugene, man.
Listen to our interview. It's a two-parter like this one was. Watch it with Eugene. They did a fucking cover of Blue, the fucking 90s song, I'm Blue, da bo dee da bo da, and it was fucking tremendous. There are people who I'm friends with, not even metal fans, hate that song, listened to it and loved it. So that's absolutely the way to go. Yeah, Spotify Wrapped just happened. So
yes.
If you're watching this and you're vibing out with us, hell yeah, dude, Devin Townsend for sure. But no,
Devin Townsend's bad
for sure. But no, let us know. It's metal everything. So let us fucking know what your Spotify Wrapped was. But yeah, dude, wrap up. Sorry.
So a lot of Flesh God, a lot of Suffocation, Cattle Decap, Black Dahlia. I mean, man, I'm always listening. Like, for me, from a drummer standpoint, I'm always listening to something that would be a challenge for me to learn.
Right.
Flesh God is at the top of the list, man, because I mean, the Egoism, that song is like, you listen to it, and then the last 30 seconds, it's just 30 seconds of 300 BPM blast beats, and it's just hard. It's just hard. Yeah. I think my blast minimum right now is about 280, so it's something to strive for.
It's like 100 BPM more than mine is, so amen to that.
I mean, I just really listen to stuff that, like, don't get me wrong, I'm a big death metal guy, but I still like groove. And Flesh God brings a lot of groove to death metal.
Parkway Drive, yes sir. Continue.
And so I don't know, man. I'm just on a humongous Flesh God kick. I'm really diving deep into their older albums and giving them listens, and there's something about Flesh God, man, that just nobody's really done before.
Right.
They bring the
theatrical element, but also the technical groove that
I mean, I love a very technical masterpiece. It's very tight, like I said, and oh man, it's to me. I explain it like as a masterpiece, man. It's not sloppy. It's very just cut, short, sweet, beautiful, and
precise.
Precise, exactly. And back to Chris, man. Chris Adler. That's how I felt every time I listened to his tracks, man. It was just very, from start to finish. Watching his drum clinics, whether it was Laid to Rest or whether if it was Descending, which is one of my favorite tracks from him, man. Like, Descending kind of reminds me off the new album of, man, I think it's Resurrection, man. Descending and Resurrection, man. It's like, it's got like this slow pace, very clean, very just unique way, but it's not too much and it's not too less, and it's just very, very technical. I'm like, fuck, man. I love watching Chris's drum clinics, man. It's very fun. But like I said, there's so many so many great drummers out there, man. Same with guitarists and vocalists. It's just, man, if they could all get the recognition, that everyone has, it'd be fucking awesome, man.
I agree.
I agree with that. Chris Adler is a fucking heel toe master. Yes, sir. I agree with that. And brother, we have said fucking shit and cock and everything. You do not have to censor yourself.
Don't fucking
brother.
do that, Otis.
Brother, we are the most casual fucking place you'll ever find to do any conversation. So you're good.
Don't star me, mother. Star.
Having a blast, brother. Enjoy yourself. But no,
yeah, for real, cut loose, man. We don't give a fuck.
Don't be
For me,
professional,
man.
Otis. Don't be professional.
Hell yeah, dude. But I mean, for me, I've said it. I'm wearing the shirt, and I've said the band 4,000 times. For me, the new Iron Maiden record, Senjutsu, is fucking ridiculously smooth. For those guys to be, and I mean, they're a little small local band. Iron Maiden.
As long as they've been
I don't
around.
know. Is that the guy that Jimi Hendrix plays for?
Sure,
Okay.
but they for them to be in their 60s and so on.
They're proud to be the Prince of Hospices.
Dude, no, it is amazing how certain artists, and we made the jokes and shit, but Ozzy's kind of not to the same degree, but he's in the same kind of boat where like there are certain guys who have been around for fucking 3 times our lifetime that can release shit that blows your fucking mind still. I'm a huge Nico McBrain fan as a drummer, and Stratego, their second single off this new record, has galloping double bass with one fucking foot. The man's admitted it himself. Like it's tremendous. So that record is fantastic. If any of you are watching this, I need validation on this. Senjutsu's fucking awesome, right? So it's tremendous. The fact that a band who's so influential like Iron Maiden can still release records. Maybe not consistently. Maybe you're more of the fan of, prior to Bruce's leaving.
But as long as they've been around, man, you make a good point. As long as they've been around to be able to, release a new album like that, you get Motley Crue out there, you get Kiss out there. They're all doing the same shit, bro. Like I love all of those guys, but they're all playing oldies, Iron Maiden.
Maybe not Motley Crue as much.
But no,
Maybe not Motley Crue as much. I'm not being patronizing. I mean,
even
the dude
that was my favorite '80s bands. Def Leppard. Like I don't think I've ever heard a bad track from Def Leppard.
for a drummer with one goddamn arm.
Rick Allen's a fucking genius. But no,
Rick, man, he shredded that fucking drum solo. I was like, man, this motherfucker, one arm, man, he still got it. But
Playing that was Nick.
Yeah, determination, man. But like, all these old bands, it's about coming back and let's come out, let's come out of retirement. Let's play our old tracks because people love that shit. But in order to put out a new record, as long as they've been around, Iron Maiden's been around for a fucking long time, man. That's very, very, that's commendable, man, for sure.
I want to give Otis some love here. He points out, like, bands like Iron Maiden, they don't know, they physically do not comprehend how to release a bad record. And, I mean, that is debatable. I'm
How dry is your mouth right now?
I'm pretty dry. I'm telling you now, Otis, Dance of Death doesn't do it for me, but as a whole, yes. Also, as far as, like, newer bands, comparatively to Iron Maiden, I've said it 4 trillion times during these 2 interviews, I fucking love Ice Nine Kills. Their new record, Silver Scream 2, Welcome to Horrorwood, is fucking genius. It is, both their last 2 records have been based around horror movies, so if you're a horror fan, it's songs about fucking Chucky and Jason and Michael and Pinhead and all that shit.
I've seen their photos, man. The guy, vocalist got the fucking head, severed head on there, stabbed.
It's fucking sick.
It's gory, man. I love it. So, yeah.
For sure. And I do want to, we got Otis talking about, hell yeah, dude. Yeah, both those bands fucking rule. But I do want to, begin, because all 3 of us are guilty of being long-winded. This has been a very long-winded.
I'm fine.
I want to.
Okay.
I do want to ask, brother, what new stuff are you looking forward to? Is there any new, potential tours you're looking forward to? Anything like that? Like so we got Iron Maiden next year going on tour with Trivium towards the tail end of the year next year. We have, to my knowledge, Flesh God Apocalypse is going on tour, a big fucking huge death metal tour. We have Ice Nine Kills, Black Veil Brides, and Motionless in White going on tour. Not those examples, obviously, but is there any bands that you're, wanting to really
There's so
get in
many,
there?
man. You know,
I'm
Chris
gonna not even say get in there and like take pictures. Is there any
Go
is there
see.
anything that you want to go like physically see and just enjoy?
Oh man, all of them, man, all of them. Seriously, like Chris Motionless. I've always been a big fan of him. Motionless in White, man.
Oh yeah.
Great band, man. There's just so many different genres that I want to touch bases on, man. And there's enough time in a day. Like I said, I would hit them all up. Motionless in White. Oh man, After the Burial. And we can talk about big name bands too. Korn and all of them. But I kind of want to touch bases on bands that people really that not headlining, but under ones, man. Let's go for Motionless in White, After the Burial. Avatar. I really want to see Avatar.
Dude, I saw
Good call.
Avatar like fucking 5-6 years ago. They came and played at Capone's in Johnson City with Trivium.
Where the fuck was I at?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Shit, dude.
Yeah, that was the show. That
Dude,
was a show.
yeah.
Avatar puts on like I'm not like all of Avatar's music, but when it comes to putting on a show, those motherfuckers, they
This is
got
another
figured
band.
out.
Yes. Avatar, Seven Dust, man. Like I said, man, I'm a fan of all of them. There's so many bands out there that I would love to see. Photograph. I mean, oh shit, man. Like, you got Lamb of God out of the way. You got a piece of Pantera out of there.
Nickelback.
I want to shoot Slipknot, man. Corey Taylor.
Oh, for sure.
Oh man, I've seen them once at as a fan though. Back in when was it? 2018, I believe. 2018 at Austin 360 Amphitheater, and they played with Behemoth, another band I would love to shoot. Behemoth.
Fun fact,
Oh.
Eugene's room for Behemoth.
Was that? I gotta ask you because I saw them 2014 right after the Grey Chapter came out. Who all were they with? Do you recall? Because I saw them.
Are we talking about the Knotfest Roadshow? Yeah.
Fuck no! I saw them with it was an opening band and then Korn and then Slipknot. So I didn't know. You said Behemoth. I didn't know when.
It was probably a couple years before that. I think it was Return of the Dreads.
Shit.
Night of the Living Dreads, if I'm not mistaken. It was Korn, Slipknot, In This Moment, and one other band that I can't remember right now. I think it was Of Mice and Men. It was Of Mice and Men.
Oh shit!
I saw them live.
Oh, I've seen them too. They're fucking great live.
Capone's.
I
think their drum tech's better drummer than the drummer.
It was them, and then a couple years later is the show that I caught, which was Gojira. Seen them 3 times, man. Gojira's fucking awesome. Straight out of France. One of my favorite bands. Love Gojira.
Photographed them too, right?
Yeah, photographed them, man.
Yes, sir.
Oh, dude, they put on great energy. They actually played at a venue. My first time seeing them was at Gas Monkey Live in Dallas, Texas, and that venue was probably one of the best venues I've ever been to. And they closed down, because of COVID and all. But from what I heard, when I went to the Phil show and shot there, started getting new friends and talking, they told me that that venue was going to reopen, but with a new owner and, just trying to keep it going, man. That's pretty much it. And I hope so. I wish the best for them. I hope they can get it up and going. But when I saw Slipknot, it was with Behemoth, Gojira, and Volbeat. And I was very surprised with Volbeat, man. They were very good live. Like, dude, they came out even after their songs. They just started riffing to like Slayer, and I was like, "Oh, dude, like you got these guys in Volbeat just shredding, fucking just heavy riffing, man." And I was like, "Man, I had a video of it and everything." But little did I know that I would actually get into that career, to actually being up at the front, taking these pictures of these guys, man. And oh man, hey, it's so much fun, man. I love it.
I don't know.
Just going on these shows and getting these press passes, man, to provide photo coverage, and having a good time, capturing these great moments. Coming home, you know, you gotta get to work now. You know, it's hooking up the camera, editing, and once I upload them photos, man, it's like the cherry on top to me. I'm like, fuck, man, I can't wait to get these out. You know, just to show it off, man. Show these bands off, and you know, help promote, and on to the next one.
I don't know if you've ever heard of the band Filth or not. You ever heard of the band Filth?
Yeah, I've heard of them. Yes.
We played a show with them October the 20th of this year. And their photographer, I don't know if you've ever heard of who Body Snatcher is.
Haven't heard of him. No.
They're fucking terrific. Give Body Snatcher a listen.
Okay.
Their photographer does all of their photography work. He made their music videos, and when they told me that, I immediately thought of Zach. I was like, cool, yeah, Zach could do that. Yeah.
Yes, dude.
I guarantee you'll like Body Snatcher, man. You'll like Body Snatcher.
Yeah. And it's rare, man. It's rare to come across hired photographers that are full time. You know, you got Paris. You know, she does a lot of work for Godsmack. I mean, pretty much all the work for Godsmack. You know, you got Rob Finn. You know, Rob Finn is another OG in the photography game who does pretty much all of Korn's work. You know, man, who's another one? I didn't think of an OG back in the Dimebag era. What's his name? Oh man, I can't remember his name right now. I actually shared one of his photos the other day.
Be good at it.
Yeah. On the 8th, whenever, you know, Dimebag's death anniversary, I shared one of his photos of Dime. There's so many great ones out there, man. So many OGs, and it is rare. It is rare to come across photographers who are hired full time. You know, they just really have to really invest in you and be like, man, yeah, you can come tour with us full time. You know, but it is possible, man. You know, you never know what could happen, but I'm fully content with just going on tour every now and then. You know, whether if it's 1 time a year or 2 times a year, I'll be gone for a few months, whatever. Just travel, man. Travel, enjoy the moment, enjoy the ride. You know, state to state, country to country, and I think Metal Tour of the Year. I think we were the second show of the tour of the leg, and I think the final show was in Canada. So, you know, I've been following the photographer who is actually hired by Metal Tour of the Year to travel with all 4 bands: Lamb of God, Megadeth, Trivium, Hatebreed. You know, he had to provide photo coverage every night, you know, and it was cool. You know, Sun Cold Official shared his photos, but they also shared my shit too, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And I wasn't hired, you know. I was just, you know, a random freelancer photographer who fucking showed up in, you know, Dallas, Texas. So, yeah, I mean, that's the goal, is to get there, man. And I know I can, but one step at a time and just have fun. That's the main point. That's what it's all for, you know. Have fun while you're doing it, or else it ain't, you know, it's work after that. And this ain't work. This is fun.
Right. If you have fun doing what you do for a living, you'll never work a day of your life.
Exactly.
And especially, you know, he's in a band. I'm Dilation's #1 groupie, apparently. So for real, there's something incredible about whether it's on a big scale. Like a week from today, I will have already seen.
No, you're in the band.
I'm in the band, but I don't play an instrument. I'm like the tambourine player in the Monkees or some shit.
You're a part of the family. That's what you are.
Hell yeah, dude, for sure. I'm in the Facebook group chat. That should count enough.
That's family status.
But for sure, like, there's something incredible and genuinely remarkable about, you know, we've all, during this whole conversation, you know, maybe have started off one way, but ended up coming around to the concept of everybody that we meet and interact with in some way or another is really fucking cool. And that was something that me and him were talking about before we started part 1 of this interview, just kind of getting everything set up and shit, is that, you know, full disclosure to everybody watching, I was not familiar with Zack prior to this. Dude's a fucking homie. Like, he's a great fucking dude. You know, that's one of the beautiful things about metal music that I'm sure everybody watching this can relate to. is that if you're a fan of the metal community, it doesn't care if you're like me, you're a big metalcore guy, you're into the fucking Hot Topic shit, or if you're like him who's into the deathcore shit or the death metal shit.
Thank you.
Thank you. You know, there are people who are into the, you know, the classic shit, you know, your Maiden, your Priest, your stuff like that, your Sabbath. There are people who are into all this kind of shit. If you're a metal fan, you fall under the same umbrella, regardless of what category of metal you place yourself as a fan in. And that's something that's really cool about this experience being metal fans, and especially for you and for you, Zach, being people who are in the metal business in some way or fashion, whether it's being in a band or taking excellent photography of said bands. This is something that you really...
25 seconds.
25 seconds again. This is something that you guys really are invested in.
Okay.
And I do want to thank you, Zach, for being on this show. You know, check out Zack Ramos Photography. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. We're going to end it. Thank you so much, brother, for joining.
We're setting it right now. I'm sorry, 5 seconds. We're setting
Part 3, we're doing it again.
No, we're setting it right now. December the 11th. We're